you know, for me, religion was not something that I had. I mean, my preoccupations were different. My obsessions were literature. Religion's obsessions have been imposed on me because of the situation. When I was younger, the Islam that I was offered was a very gentle and liberal version. Both my parents were Muslims. My mother went to the pilgrimage in Mecca, but she never wore the veil. She was a very modern woman. My father would tell me that the most important thing in Islam is that do unto others as you do, have them do unto you. Serving the people that is how. And my grandmother on my father's side, my grandmother on my mother's side died very young. I never saw her. But on my paternal grandmother, who always wore the veil, she was a very Orthodox woman. She was the gentlest of all women. She never told me because I wore a bikini and went swimming, I was not a Muslim or I was dirty or I was, you know. So I was brought up with a very tolerant view of religion. It was after and then I turned into a Marxist, which was as bad as, I mean, not being a Marxist, there are variants of Marxism, but I turned into a Stalinist mainly, which is as bad as being a fundamentalist for a while, you know, although I don't think I was as bad. I was constantly being called bourgeois by my other comrades. So it was the revolution that brought up for me the question. And I feel that what is happening in my country in many ways is interesting because many of the rabid Islamists like Akbar Ganji or many of the dissidents now we have at the beginning of the revolution, they were so fundamentalist and now they're quoting Hannah Arendt and Karl Popper. And I think that there is a movement going on within Iran that because it was the first theocracy in 20th century, I think it's also bringing out the reform to reform, to bring religion up to date. Within the clerics, people like Mojtahid Shabastari, and within the militant Islamic, you know, the younger people. And I think that is what should happen, that there should be the change. We need to be self-critical and interrogate ourselves rather than constantly interrogate the world.